Hello, everyone. Um, we're just gonna check in and see who you might be dealing with. You could be dealing with a lover. We could be dealing with a friend. We could be dealing with a family member. We could be dealing with a neighbor. Hell, I don't know. You never can tell with these kind of readings. So let's jump in and see what's going on with you. So how's everybody doing? Good, I hope. Today's a beautiful day. Well, it's raining here, but I personally love the rain. So see what's going on with the viewer this time. Seeing the death card. What is it we need to know, see, or hear? The Nine of Wands. Well, you feel a little blocked here. Where are we blocked from? We have something that's a little bit toxic within the heart space. Or you're blocking someone that's a bit toxic. You could be blocking someone. King of Cups. This person is really, I'm sure, a little toxic for sure. A little toxic. They could be, with the devil right next to the King of Cups. This is someone that's very emotionally dependent. They don't have a whole lot of, their emotional intelligence is really very, very low. They really can't deal with their emotions. And it looks like this person could possibly have a hold on you, or trying to have a hold on you. And you're saying that I've got them blocked, doing what I can. I'm being resistant. I'm not allowing this energy to come in and to disrupt what I have going on. That's good. King of Swords, see? Definitely. You say, I've already learned the lesson. I know what it feels like to have someone that's emotionally dependent on me. And it's time for this person. Looks like they're going to have to learn a lesson. And if they're holding on to you to the point where you're going to have the Nine of Wands on them, that's pretty good grip. Pretty good grip. This person's completely wounded because they had something good, and they messed up. At one time, you could have been committed to this person. At one time, this could have been a marriage, but it was very toxic. It was a very toxic connection, and you learn your lessons from dealing with this individual. This would be someone that you've learned a great deal from within having a connection with this person. But you're saying no more. Enough's enough. Well, it's been coming out a lot. Enough's enough. Eight of Wands, for sure, for sure. You know that this person's wanting to try to reattach themselves to you. That's what it looks like. They're trying to communicate something here. You're wanting change. I see you wanting change, and you're not. That's why you're not allowing this person to continue to remain attached to you. Which is a good thing. Yep. Empress, you're fully empowered and you're fully aware of what you got to do. You're fully aware of how you got to handle the situation. And unfortunately, with energies like this, sometimes, because there was an emotional attachment to this person at some point. At some point, you were vulnerable with this person, and they were vulnerable with you. At some point, there was love in it. But that love became toxic. It became needy. Could have became aggressive. You know, this would be the type of energy that would want to come in or want to be attached to you just because they need you to emotionally help them regulate their emotions. And you're like, no, I'm good. Thank you. Empress, thank you. It did pain you. It did hurt. This person probably hurted you. This person more than likely hurt you in the past, and there's a residual. I see that there's a residual within the dynamic of it, but you're moving past that. That's why you've learned to resist it, to block this. Yeah, this person's definitely trying to hang on to you. You know that if you continue to hang on to something like this, it's just going to continue to hold you back. And I feel like here you're saying that, yeah, this sucks, but at the same time, I'm not. I don't know. I don't want you to hold on because it's excessive. Like this person is completely obsessed with hanging on to every little bit, every little thing that they can, and they're going to try to pull out all the stops. They're going to try to come at you with anything and everything and try to get you to reconnect with them. With that Eight of Wands there, that's what they drop. That desire. But you're like, I've learned. See, the lesson's there. And that's why you're feeling empowered at this time. This person probably can't see that. This person doesn't understand that because they don't know how to emotionally regulate their own emotions. They don't know how to handle their own emotions. They be caught up in their head. They don't understand. Well, what's not to understand? Heal yourself. Right? Embark on that healing journey. This person feels completely stuck. But once again, here's that lesson again. See, it's like every lesson that you're showing me that you've learned, this person still has to learn. This person still has to learn because when it comes to committing yourself to this person wants you stuck and bound to them. They want you to hang on to them. But at the same time, you're saying, I already learned that lesson and I know that's going to get me nowhere. You see? So each lesson that you're showing me is one that they need to understand clearly. King of Swords, and you know it. You're speaking your truth, you're speaking up, and you're not allowing it. You know, you've communicated this to them. You've said something to them. And whatever communication that you delivered is the reason why you're able to move past this, and this person's still hanging on because they feel you. They feel you. This was an intense. I mean, it was an emotional connection. So at one time, y'all resonated. So at one time, the connection was strong, and you were able to build off of that. But at some point, it went toxic, and the moment it went toxic is the moment that you had to listen to your higher self here with a Hierophant. You related. You went back to your past experiences, your past lessons, and you use those to allow yourself to continue to move forward, to be able to communicate what you need to communicate in a clear. And so that if this person can't accept that, that's not yours to carry. It's not for you to carry. This person's going to have to accept that things are over, things have changed, and that they need to embark on the same journey. I'm pretty sure that you embarked on. Yeah, the healing journey, the one that you went on, the one that you're still on, because the healing never ends. But at least you're putting one foot forward and moving in that direction, right? This person's got a lot of lessons to learn, and learning how to understand one's emotions is a very difficult task. It is, especially when you don't take accountability. And I don't feel like this person is someone that would take accountability for their actions in any shape, form, or fashion. They would rather push it off onto you or seek to you for understanding of how they feel. How they feel. And it's like this energy is kind of giving me like they really want to come in and, yeah, Five of Cups. Well, they missed an opportunity with an Empress. They missed that opportunity. They're just, I mean, this is it's just what it is. You empowered yourself, even though it was painful. You used it. You used it to your advantage to heal yourself, to understand yourself, to seek clarity of how and why you were stuck in situations like that, why you kept holding on to painful situations, and use that lesson, the higher learning, the higher self, in order to power yourself, so that you weren't stuck in situations like this. And now you've done the healing. You've done the healing. It does sadden you. It does hurt a little bit. It does. But it's a missed opportunity for this person, because you're Three of Pentacles. You're working. You've worked through this. They still have yet to work through this. So it's like you're on two different timelines. Not that one's any better than the other one. It's just that this person has to catch up. This person has to figure it out for themselves. You can't, and you're not. You're saying, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm using my energy for myself, and I'm elevating myself. You don't want to grow with me, then I've got to go. So that's why you're blocking this person. That's what I feel. Ten of Swords. Yeah, you work through the pain. You know that hanging on to the deep wounds is only going to keep you stuck. So you were committed to this. So there's a bit of trauma bonding here. At some point, you were trauma bonded to this, or they were trauma bonded to you, and you've gained the clarity around this. And now they're forced to do that because you are withdrawing your energy. You're not going to give your energy to this because you know it's only going to end up toxic. It's only going to end up just as it is now. So there's been a time span. There's been a difference between the time that you connected with this person until now, and this person's just basically playing catch up at this point. They're wanting to balance things out. They're wanting to seek justice for yeah. Sorry, not sorry. They feel very, very rejected. Very rejected. But they're not understanding that you have to walk away for yourself to be to have things better for yourself, because this was not it. This was toxic, and it was only going to remain in that energy. No matter what you did, it was going to remain there. And in order for you to be able to be an Empress energy, you are forced to walk away. And you're sure of that. You know that for a fact. You know that without me telling you. King of Swords. Completely aware of it. Full acceptance of it. This is only here to keep you stuck. That they're only hanging on because they can't emotionally regulate their own emotions. They're obsessive, they're controlling, it's toxic by all means. And because you've done the work, you see? You've done the work. You know what's best for you, and that's by walking away. That's why you're blocking it. You see, it's at the both ends. So it doesn't matter which way you look at it, it goes back to each other. It's that loop, but it's a loop that you are meant to move away from. And I feel like that's what you're doing. You're clearly moving away from it. And as you should. Nobody blames you. I don't blame you anyways. I think you're doing the right thing. Keep trudging. Let's see what else comes out. What else does my viewer need to know? We'll grab a different deck. What else does the viewer? My lovely, lovely, beautiful, beautiful viewer have to know at this time. Not have to. Maybe needs to. What's the message? Well, your star awaits. What is your star? Do you know? Have you thought about it? What you truly want? Because it's coming. It awaits you. It's yours for the taking. Very lovely energy. Get the cards right. Tell me about the star. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you. Wait. Okay, so here's a heads up. This is a heads up. Okay. Something that you truly want, you truly desire, is going to put you at a crossroads, because whatever this is, you don't want it to come in and disrupt everything that you've worked for. So it's going to be difficult for you in order for you to accept this. But it's a matter of, the circumstances of whatever your star is. Is it showing up appropriately? Is it showing up in a way that's going to benefit you and that's going to help you evolve and continue to grow? Is it going to hinder you and hold you back and stifle you to where you can't grow? Because that's where this Two of Swords energy is. That's that back and forth energy. So you have it coming. You're just going to have to decide, is it what you truly want? Is it what you truly want? Oh, it's going to heal some things, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to also have you reflecting on some bad situations, some bad connections. Two of Wands. Hey, there's that crossroads energy again. Tell me about the Two of Wands. Why do you feel blocked? You feel you feel blocked to it or resistant to it on account of your working, and you don't want this to come in and disrupt everything. Like I said, everything that you worked on. So there's a level of, I don't know what's going on in your world. It really depends. You could be just trying to build yourself up and get yourself back to a better place before you connect with it. That could be the reason why you're a little bit resistant to it, because you're trying to work things out for yourself at this point. But it's the moment that you release this other connection and this other situation is the reason why it's coming in now. Your star's coming in, and in order for you to transition from one to the other, you do have to work. It does take a high level of devotion and a high level of consistency. But it's in that consistency that we are able to understand how things work. And even though we're at a blockage with it, it doesn't mean that we can't work through it. It doesn't mean that you can't work with whatever's coming towards you, because it's what you want. The star, it's what you want. See, there's the Empress again, different deck. It's what you want. It's something that will empower you. It makes you feel good, and it's meant for you, babe. It's meant for you. It's meant for you. Queen of Pentacles. So I see you sitting with yourself. That's good. Sitting with yourself and trying to understand it. Trying to understand things. You're thinking. You'll think of a solution. You'll be able to make it through it, because you're in a grounded place. I feel like at this point, you're really standing in a place of knowledge, in a place of understanding, to where you're not making bad decisions. So you're saying, I would really like to have this, but I want to remain practical, and that's why maybe it doesn't seem like it's, kind of feels like it's, maybe you're not sure if it's the right choice for you, huh? Because you want to be financially stable. You want to be, turn the cards backwards. The Fool's backwards. You don't want to be naive. You don't want to waste all the good energy that you've done in order to get to this place that you've gotten to. That card's backwards. I do. Well, I'm just gonna leave them like that. If they come out backwards, and I guess it means they come out backwards. Take that as it's me too. Strength. You have it. You're gonna discover that you're more prepared for it than you think you are. With a careful understanding, and keeping yourself remaining calm and ensure where you're going and what you're doing, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I see you understanding that you don't And it's because of those situations that you jumped on, that you thought was, what you wanted. That's where the hesitation is. That's where I'm seeing the hesitation, is that you're trying to prevent yourself from finding yourself in bad situations like you just came out of, or that you worked through. And then you're going to find the strength and willpower to be able to move forward in what's best for you. The Lovers in reverse. Monsters in reverse. Page of Swords. Tell me about the Page of Swords. Lovers. Six of Swords. Okay, so you feel like at this point you kind of feel like you're not in a place to give to certain situations, people, places, things, for whatever reason, because you've been struggling to get your head above water after dealing with this other situation, and you don't want to make bad decisions, bad choices. I feel like at first you're not going to be able to make the choice. Right? You're not seeing it, and so you're gonna spend some time thinking about it. And it's like, is this truly what I want? Is this truly what I want? I want to make good, just decisions that's based for me. And it's almost like you don't have enough information on whether or not this is it. Ace of Wands. So you're trying to get away from it. You're trying to get some distance so that you are making good choices, which is a good thing to do. I mean, for real, for real. Justice, sweetheart, you are going to be able to balance it. Just remain focused. Remain working on what you're working on. I keep pushing my cards a little too far each time. Continue doing what you're doing, because you're doing the right thing. You're doing what's best for you. Leaving this past situation, what's best for you. There's nothing wrong with that. You feel a bit obligated to continue to uphold the loving nurture, because you are a lover. You're a nurturer. You do care about that other person. However, the other person was too dependent on you to help regulate themselves. You were only crippling them, and now you have something. Yeah, that can pose a problem. Now that you've distanced yourself from it, you're struggling with understanding how we are going to give our energy to something else, because you're kind of running on reserves at this point. Kind of feel like you're definitely running on reserves because that person drained you, and it's almost like you're questioning whether or not you're able to actually give yourself into something. You see yourself into something right now because of the emotional um, exhaustion that you've recently gone through. Time, sweetheart, in time. But the strength is there. The strength and willpower is there for you to make that choice. It's just whether or not you're ready for it. I see that you are, but you still question that. You're still questioning that. King of Pentacles right below the Queen of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. This person doesn't want to come in and create problems for you. This person actually is someone that's balanced. This star. This would be a star. Your star is this King of Pentacles, is what I'm saying. There's something that they communicate. They communicate something to you that changes it all. That changes how you feel. You won't feel like it's naive and you're wishful thinking here. It's actually going to allow you to see, and that's where the discovery is. That's where that discovery of the strength of the willpower to go in that direction. It's something that they say. It's something that they say. And it's also, I kind of feel like it's also because of the way this person shows up. This person doesn't show up battered, abused, neglected. Uh, they probably could be going through something. Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's something that they do. Look, it changes. It changes your perception to where you feel more optimistic when it comes to something that you felt betrayed. So you felt betrayed in the past for your past connections with your past lovers. And with this connection, this star that's coming in, this is what's coming in. This is what's coming toward you. It's really about you being able to see that and to have a little bit more faith in the ability of others, because you're not attracting those types of energies. And it's like this will be like the first initial attraction that you're pulling in that is not of the past, the same kind of energy. So it's going to be awkward. It's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah, it's completely uncomfortable, but you'll be able to work through it with that Eight of Pentacles. You'll be able to work through it. It's just a matter of being able to see yourself in it because of the betrayal and the pain and the things that you've recently gone through. This person doesn't want to create, they want to create more of this. This is an energy of someone that is on the same level as you. King and Queen of Pentacles there. On the same level. They see you as an Empress. They're fully aware of what it is that and you're highly motivated to go towards what it is you want. But this causes hesitation because of how quick it comes in. I think that's what that Eight of Wands was in that other spread. It's how quick it comes in is the reason why you're hesitant. Because it's like 1 minute you're out the door with this one and you're working through it, but I don't really feel like it's been like that. It just appears that way. It feels that way to you. I feel like there's been a time period between the disconnect with that other individual and you've been processing things for a period of time and going through it. And now this other thing's showing up. It's like because you've released that. I feel like the full release has just happened. It didn't happen when you first disconnected with that person, the past person. So this new person is here because you manifested it. You manifested it. But it's from your hard work. Everything that you dedicate yourself to in discovering yourself and understanding yourself is the reason why this is here, because it's time. This has been in the works for a minute. It's been in the works for a minute. I did a reading a little while ago. Couldn't load it because my camera took it the wrong way. It's too much drama. Anyways, in that reading, I was picking up that you have something it's destined. It's meant for you to be involved with. It is. It is. It is. And the cards, I just like to play with the cards. I don't like them to be up straight, and crooked up there, but whatever. So, I do hope this helps. I do. Leave in the comments. Let me know. This is your reading. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me where you're from. Without further ado, my lovely ladies, my lovely gents, until we meet again, toodaloo.